Good morning and welcome back to my channel. My name is Devren Cook, and in today's video I'm going to discuss how to get your real estate license in Texas in 2020. So let's go, keep watching. Alright, so there's 6 pretty simple and pretty easy steps to take in order to get your real estate license in Texas. It's not as easy as some other states which require less education requirements, but Texas is fairly simple to do. Before we get into those 6 steps, you have to meet 3 prerequisites in order to get your license and be eligible. One is you have to be 18 years or older. Pretty simple. Once it's your 18th birthday, you're good to go. Second is you have to be a resident of Texas. And third is you have to be a US citizen or a legally admitted immigrant into the country. So pretty simple, but those are the 3 things that if you don't meet one of those 3, then probably make sure to get that taken care of. If it's a birthday, go ahead. If you need to move to Texas, whatever you gotta do. All right, so the first step that you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to complete 180 hours of education, and it's gonna be comprised of 6 30-hour courses. And you have to complete all 3 of these courses by someone who has been licensed by the state of Texas to administer these courses. There's a lot of great options out there. The one I use is called Aceable Agent. I'll leave a link down below, and if you want, you can go ahead and use that, get 20% off, saves you guys some money. Now, the 6 classes that you're gonna have to take is you're gonna have to take the Principles of Real Estate number 1, the Principles of Real Estate number 2, you're gonna have to do the Law of Agency, the Law of Contracts, Promulgated Real Estate Forms and Documents, as well as Real Estate Finance. So there is quite a bit of information in those 6 classes. They're each 30-hour classes. It does take some time to get through them, but it's well worth it. You do learn a lot, but I will tell you right off the bat, the things that you learn in these courses do not teach you how to be a real estate agent. Basically, what you learn in these courses is how not to get sued, which is very important and will save you a ton of money, but they don't tell you the ins and the outs of doing real estate, but mainly they'll teach you about contracts, they'll teach you some things about finance, and just a lot of the terms and jargon that we use, but not really so much of how to go out and actually get sales. That's something you're gonna have to learn. I can discuss that in another video, but mainly you're gonna learn how not to get sued and all the legal things that you have to do. So that's the first step, is you have to take all those 6 classes, and the second step to getting your license is you actually have to pass the final exams for each of those classes. It is fairly simple. Don't be scared. If you don't like taking tests or you're not good at taking tests, they are very simple. They're multiple choice. They can be administered online. I did all of mine online. The course and the program I used, Aceable Agent, actually had little tests and quizzes intermingled into the content, and so I was being tested as I went, and it made the final exams fairly simple. You do have to get 70% or above, but you do get multiple attempts to take them, at least with the one I did. You can basically pass fairly simply. Just go through the material, maybe do a little quick review, and you'll be good to go. You can take the test. Now, once you've taken all of those tests, you'll be given 6 certificates, basically saying that you have completed the exams and the courses with satisfactory passing grade on each of those. Once you've done that, you've completed step 2, and you can now move on to step 3, which is to complete your real estate license application. To do that, it's very simple. You'll just go onto the TREC website, which stands for Texas Real Estate Commission, and you'll go on and you'll fill out the application. You'll submit all of those PDF documents, those diplomas essentially, showing that you did pass and complete those 6 courses. So that's step 3. It's very simple. You just fill out that application, and then step 4 is you have to go get your fingerprints done and submitted to TREC. That way they can have them on file. The reason they do this is so that they can have them on file, as well as perform a background check, make sure you're in good standing, you're a good citizen. They don't want bad people with bad morals or anything like that doing real estate and being involved in these, hundreds of thousands or multi-million-dollar sales. So if you have a history of fraud and all that kind of stuff, I don't know how that will affect you getting into real estate and getting your license, but they do check all those things, and they check your background and all of that, just like a normal employer would if you're going to get a job. Now, step number 5 is simple, but you're gonna be taking more tests. So if you don't like taking tests, this is maybe gonna give you a bit of anxiety. But don't worry, it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. What's gonna happen is after you've done all those things, you've filled out your application, you've submitted your fingerprints, you're going to receive instructions on how to schedule your exam. Now, it is a proctored exam, which means you have to go to a certified testing center that can administer the exam, and there's gonna be 2 portions. The 2 portions are gonna be a national portion and a state portion. The national portion is going to be, just like it sounds, nationally, and it's gonna be about real estate, but more broad things. The Texas portion is going to be a bit more localized, a bit more about Texas laws and regulations and all those things. Now, the national portion, there's gonna be 85 questions, portions, and there's gonna be a 150-minute time limit for that portion. And with the state portion, it's gonna be 40 questions, and there's gonna be a 90-minute time limit. So total, you're gonna have 125 questions and 240 minutes to do the test. Now, that might seem like a whole ton and a whole lot. When I did it, I think I was in and out within maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, versus the 4-hour time limit that you're given. So it's not too bad. And if you do pass your state exam, but not your national exam, you don't have to take them both twice. You can go back and take the one or the portion that you did miss. All the questions are multiple choice, and so you don't have to worry about having to do a bunch of short answer or essay questions or anything like that. As soon as you leave the testing center, you basically find out from the proctor or whoever it is at the front desk whether or not you passed. So you won't have a lot of, fretting and worrying and all those different things about whether or not you passed. You find out straight away. Now, I do want to note that there are fees associated with all of these things. There's fees to get your course, there's fees to take the exam, there's fees to do your fingerprints and the application, I believe. So it's not a free process. With anything that has, a lot of income potential or anything worth doing, you're gonna have to put a bit into it. So you're gonna have to study, you're gonna have to pay some money, but it's worth it. Now, at this point, once you've passed the state and national portion, you are a licensed real estate agent. But without doing what step number 6 is, you will not actually be able to practice real estate. You will have what's called an inactive license. And in order to get an active license, you have to do step 6, which is to choose a sponsoring broker. And so what a broker is a broker is somebody or some company who has gone through more education, taken more tests, and had a certain amount of time and experience in real estate. And for example, Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21, there's a lot of independent brokers. I'm with Keller Williams, that's who I chose. And essentially what you'll do to choose your sponsoring broker is you're going to go to Keller Williams. What I did is I went to a couple of different offices because I had done a lot of research about Keller Williams and I knew I wanted to go with them because of their values and all their education and the things that they teach, a lot of their training. So I went to a couple of different offices, spoke with a couple people, figured out which one I liked best, which one was very convenient for my location. But really I was looking for the culture of the office. And so I selected a great office and I basically went through their whole process. They sent me an invite that you get via email and you are able to select them as your sponsoring broker. Now with Keller Williams, there is some fees involved with getting on board with them, and I'm sure there's similar things with other brokers as well. But that's it. Once you get through all 6 of those steps, you can now practice real estate. You can sell houses. You can sell a house day 1 or day 2 or day 3 or whenever. As soon as you get your sponsorship from your broker, you are good to go. Go start selling houses, start listing houses, do all of those things, start making a lot of money and make a name for yourself. And it's very simple from there. So I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a like, thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know if you're gonna get your real estate license in Texas, and I'll see you in the next video.